191, in fact 192, to chase down to India. 191 bundle out. Indranil Basu is there with us. Dada, how do you read it? What it was looking like a easy cakewalk for Pakistan in the initial overs, and then bam, you fall apart.
If you followed what I was saying before, it's the bowlers who win you matches, it's bowlers who win you tournaments. Bowlers have really done well. Really
Mm-hmm.
happy for the entire Indian team, but they made an elementary mistake of dropping Ravichandran Ashwin. Probably they wouldn't have scored 191. They probably would have been folded within 150, for all you know, because Ashwin is a good turner of the ball, someone who's got close to 500 test wickets. They took him quite lightly, someone like Ravichandran Ashwin. Nevertheless, Indian team right now in the driver's seat, that's what matters the most. And Pakistan, I don't know what to say. I mean, they lost 8 wickets within 36 runs. What do you say about a batting? We heard about a brittle Pakistani middle order, but this was next level batting. My God, this is like uh, meek surrender. That's what I would sum it up.
See, I mean, talking about the middle order, because the onus was obviously on the openers. The first one, could not survive, but Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan, they had a good, decent partnership. But then it was expected of them, obviously, to take the momentum forward, at least bat till 35 to 40 overs, and then maybe the tail could have bagged or the middle order could have come in. But middle order once again failing to perform there, and kudos to the bowling attack, because Rohit Sharma's choice of bowlers, putting in Jasprit Bumrah, Shardul failed to perform though, but kept the seam attack intact. How do you read that?
No, I think when these two guys were batting, as you rightly said, Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan,
Rizwan. Mhm.
they were right on the money because they were doing every right thing. That cheeky shot he tried playing, the cut shot, everyone can't play. I can. Of Mr. Siraj, it was a straight ball, was doing nothing. He could have played, just through the line and taken a single. I don't know, when you get little overconfident, that sort of a shot. That shot actually cost Pakistan the match. You can say like that because that shot really ended that partnership, which was taking the game away from India. India, of course, didn't have a great start. Pakistani were right right in the game. They started off in what I can't call it a rousing start, but definitely a decent start, cautious start. But yes, they were completely in the game. 155 for three. 155 for two it was. Then they lost the third wicket. And from there, they could only add 36 runs, which is literally a shame. I mean, no other team is as weak as Pakistan's middle order. Middle order is, of course, the backbone. As I pointed out
Mhm.
earlier, you have to have a good middle order. None of them actually uh, wanted to raise their hand, be counted, and this is what they have to face because whatever
Mhm.
whatever cricket they were playing, they all came crumbling when
Right.
they were up against the best bowling attack in the competition.
Definitely, the bounce back that the Indian bowlers showed, and obviously the kind of relentless attack they maintained, despite coming under heavy attack, I would say, roughly going 5 to 7 runs on average per over. Indian bowlers obviously, made the best of it, and the Pakistani batsmen, you're right, that have failed to perform because Abdullah Shafiq 20 runs, Imam ul Haq not contributed with 36, Babar Azam and then Mohammad Rizwan. After that, rest of the players could not even touch the two-figure mark, barring Hassan Ali, who scored 12 runs. So this, I think, neither the middle order nor the tail wagged. I think for performance at these high-intensity, high-level matches, I think Pakistan once again, one of the commentators also mentioned that now, when the free fall started, they said that Pakistan has started acting like Pakistan.
Mohammad Rizwan and Babar Azam, as I can see, they
Hmm.
scored around 82 runs. That was the partnership they
Partnership.
had
Yes, yes, yes.
for the third wicket, and of 103 deliveries. And from there, uh, I mean, I don't know. I mean, this kind of batting is unthinkable. I mean, never heard at this level. They had a good opening start, then one down, 32 runs between Babar and Imamul Haq, and then there was nothing. In fact, after that, partnership with Rizwan. But I think they were very casual in their approach. They were not in the right mix. They didn't know where to go, how to go, what to do. They were completely clueless, and India were a little lucky because there was a time when the pitch wasn't doing much. It was really helping the batters. But then later on, what it turned out to be, the ball was keeping low and it was a little on the slower side, and that really took the cake. Indian bowlers and Rohit Sharma, they say about Australians, you given I mentioned also about Virat Kohli, you given them an inch, they'll take a yard. Moment that wicket of Babar Azam, India could pocket. Thereafter, there was no looking back. He was straight away he got Bumrah into the act, and getting the wicket of Rizwan was also a big turning point. And that was a gem of a delivery from Bumrah, bowling a slow ball with a fast arm action. Uh, quick arm action. I think all put together, it was India all the way.
Absolutely, Dada. And obviously, Mohammad Rizwan's wicket, that slower in swinging delivery, obviously foxed Rizwan also. And, his role was also quite important because he is the most experienced player as we speak in the Pakistan team, apart from Babar Azam, has
Yeah.
played a lot of cricket also. The young team, as far as the middle order is concerned, I guess that could have capitulated on the situation, the opening partnership that they had, then second wicket partnership also went well. But well, rest is history, I would say. But bowlers. I mean, Shardul Thakur couldn't perform much. You mentioned earlier that Ravichandran and Ashwin could have been a better option, but rest of them clinching, rest five of them clinching 2 wickets each, despite having the initial drubbing. So how does it play out?
No, I mean, I don't know why Shardul is there. I was a little confused whether it's a Mumbai team playing or an Indian team playing, because Shardul merit wise also doesn't fit in the scheme of things. Probably could have, if you want a pacer, you could have taken Shami because of his track record. His home team, Gujarat Titans, where Shami represents in the IPL. He has a lot of wicket. He has done well on those tracks, and probably Shami could have been a better choice. But on a wicket which is slow and low, just imagine what Ashwin could have done. Of course, it was a blessing in disguise the way Pakistan surrendered, but it was a good toss to win. India, of course, did the right thing, but now chasing, I don't know if I can call it a tricky chase. Pakistan don't have that many good spinners like Indian team has. So all put together, I think Shardul shouldn't have been playing this match. It was Ravichandran Ashwin, big ground, slow wicket, low wicket. I don't know what they did, but if they mess up, I mean, thankfully Pakistan batting didn't show enough character. I don't know what would have happened if they would have really, the way they started off. Babar would have completed his century, and so was
Rizwan was
Mr.
also.
Rizwan. I don't know. I mean, what was, but God saved us actually. But we are a good team. We are not dependent on individual, and that's a hallmark of a good team.
Absolutely, team effort there. Needless to say, even the captaincy from Rohit Sharma's side, he played with his chances, did not implement the spinners early on, but yes, Jadeja chipping in, there as well, and some dramatic bowling scenarios also. Talking about, the run chase, Dada, I mean, before the session starts there. Uh, India, what is expected of the openers? I mean, first 2, 3 wickets.
Run a ball chase actually. You don't have to do anything. You can have your cup of tea, which I'm having right now, and
Absolutely, absolutely.
just
That
sit
time
back.
of the day.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so what if you're coming out of dengue? You just don't have to run hard. You can wait for the loose deliveries also. You have plenty of choices. Do you want to win the match by taking singles? You want to take want to play your shots, because you will rest in a little, not much, because that's
Mm-hmm.
western part of India. So if
Mm-hmm.
that happens, the ball will skid a little later on. There will be no grip for the spinners. All those elements
Mm-hmm.
come into play, but definitely a stupendous performance from the Indian bowlers. We were expecting this. If India would
Mm-hmm.
have been chasing, if India wouldn't have been chasing, they would have been bowling second. I'm
Huh.
sure Indian, as I said, Indian bowlers, you remember we did videos also on One
Hmm.
India, how
Absolutely.
Indian bowlers hold the key. And so you have to, when you're talking about the game, you should just
Hmm.
pinpoint on certain areas. And bowlers really hold the key. And this year, and because of one day cricket, you always get a time to come back. You might,
Hmm.
uh, uh, I mean, the opposition might run away with the initial momentum, but you always get a the
Right.
time frame is there in one day cricket to come back. So
Absolutely. 50 overs.
when you see a 50 over match, you can
Hmm.
actually see how an innings is built brick by brick.
Absolutely.
It's how this format is played. It's very challenging. Let me tell you, T20 is
Hmm.
easy to execute, easy to play, and so is Test cricket. You can be a strokeless wonder and occupying one side of the wicket and doing all the things you want, like Pujara does
Hmm.
quite often for India. But when it comes to one day cricket, you need bit of T20, bit of Test, bit of ODI. It's a mix
Hmm.
of three, and that's why it's very challenging. It's very emotionally draining. It's
Right.
everything. It's a complete package.
Absolutely. Any word for Kuldeep Yadav, especially? I mean, his bowling action was discussed quite a lot, how it has changed from 2019 to this World Cup, how the height, the delivery where he loses the ball, throws the ball, has come down to a few notches. How do bowlers actually make these changes if they have to accommodate to the changing trends, also maybe the requirement of the
I,
pitch?
I, I think the best way to do is to, which Kuldeep did when he went back to Kapil Pandey, who's based out of Kanpur, his coach, childhood
Okay.
coach, and talked to him. And what
Hmm.
Kuldeep was doing earlier was he was going for wickets because he was always a wicket taking bowler.
Yes. Yes.
In fact, Anil Kumble often used to say, former Indian spin legend, that if one spinner is playing away from India in test matches in the playing 11, it's got to be Kuldeep Yadav. So Kuldeep was always very special. But somehow,
Okay.
thanks to his association with the Kolkata Knight Riders, it actually destroyed him. And then he got into controversy with the team, with Virat and all that. He was not getting to play regularly. But his comeback, his attitude has changed because a bowler, if you tell him, just go and get the wicket, it won't work. A bowler can only bowl
Hmm.
well. He can't guarantee a
Absolutely.
wicket, which Kuldeep understood. And that has reflected on his bowling. That comes
Absolutely.
with maturity. Everyone is not as matured as I am, of course.
Oh, no. Yeah, the epitome of maturity.
Yeah,
And you
because
learn a
if
lot from
someone tells you to go and get the wicket, get the batsman out, I won't. I'll
him.
give my best. That's the best you can do. You can only control the controllables. You can't talk
Yeah.
about things which are beyond you, right? Can you? So Kuldeep has really understood that philosophy, and that has, because it's all
Mhm.
mind game, right? It's just a lot of single stump
Right,
bowling. I had a word with him. I've been having a word because
right.
single stump bowling is so important. A lot of batsmen feel it's a waste. You're a king
Absolutely.
because there's no batter trying to help you guide, play the ball. I said single stump bowling is something, and Kuldeep has done it in so many counts, and that's why he is what we're seeing right now. He's pushed out
Mhm.
Chahal out of the equation. He's pushed out
Absolutely.
Ravi Chandran Ashwin out of the equation. Ravi Shastri was saying, former Indian coach, that Ashwin should be back since you picked him ahead of Kuldeep
Mhm.
Yadav. But what team is doing is just going by what they're seeing in the nets, what they're seeing in the match.
Well, absolutely, Dada. If you look at the figures also, what Kuldeep Yadav today brought onto the table, what a stupendous figure. 10 overs, 35 runs, 2 wickets, 3.5 run rate. One of the best, I would say, just next to Bumrah. Bumrah only bowled 7 overs, though. Conceded 19 runs with 2 wickets with an economy rate of 2.71. Hardik Pandya, he is one cool customer, I would say, that he's chipping through his bat, his bowling. We have seen his captaincy also in the IPL from his home crowd, Gujarat Titans. His pace attack, I think he is more, evolving as a bowler now because he was bowling nearly 120, 110. If that's a medium pacer, I mean, way to go.
No, no, he's really picked up in terms of pace, and he's not getting chance to bat enough because he's coming down at six.
Coming down the
What?
order,
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, it's coming down the order. He's not getting that much opportunity.
Mhm.
But Hardik is. I thought he was the captain in the last game against Australia. The way he was moving around, is the way he walks
Yeah, he
around,
has. He has, Captain.
and
Yes,
he
yes,
drops
yes.
the catch. He has a
Out of,
story to back it up. So he's like a boss. He can't get it wrong. So that kind of
yeah.
attitude he's got on the field, and probably that is also um, important. We in Hindi we call it hawabaji. So yeah, so that is also that is also required. You have Thani, but you'll say, I have got a 10 rupee note in my pocket. So that's how cricket is. You know, you have to show that confidence. It's a game
Hmm.
of confidence. That's what they say. And Hardik Pandya has plenty of
Right.
it, and it shows on the field.
Dada, one Hindi term you said हवाबाजी. One term that I would say is टशन. And
That's it.
टशन उन्हीं को आती है, टशन उन्हीं को आती है जो उसका कैपेसिटी रखते हैं, जो उसका मादा रखते हैं. This team, this Indian team, now restricting Pakistan in this high intensity match under 200, I'm sure it's a huge, huge psychological relief.
You know, it's 191 is not a small score in such a big ground. Let me tell you that. Okay, it's not going to be
I
a
mean, we did not have
sort of
any
a
sixes, so
cakewalk. You order a cake, pick up the phone. Okay, I want a butterscotch. It's not a butterscotch kind of a situation.
okay.
We need to grind there. It's not going to be easy. They will go
Mhm.
all out. Pakistani bowlers. This is the
Yes, yes,
time, and
yes.
lights will be on, and I'm sure they'll be charged up for the occasion. Jaincha Afridi,
Hmm.
if they can get these two early batters of India in the Virat Kohli and of course to start with Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli early, I
Mhm.
don't think we are in with a good match. Let me tell you, it's not easy. The fact that they struggle, there has to be some devil on the pitch to lose 8 wickets within 36 runs. There must be something.
That was, that's what you call falling like a pack of cards. And obviously, the way Pakistan has tumbled, needless to say, as far as the middle order batsman is concerned, the team is concerned, a lot to be done. Can't leave the onus only to a few batsmen, maybe on the first two or three top order batsmen. All right, Dada. So you have given the message that be serious. So this is not a cakewalk. 192 is what
But
India would be.
what do you think, Pankaj? What do you think? What
Hmm.
do you think? How do you see this challenge in front of
See,
the Indian batters?
I wouldn't be pinning much hopes on the openers because I'll tell you why. Because the Pakistani bowling attack, obviously, they would be raring to go right from the first ball itself. Even if we lose, keeping the law of averages in mind, even if we lose a few wickets early on, the middle order, the third down, fourth down, should bear in mind that, hey, look, the task is not that much. You have balls. It's easier than a run a ball chase, so they should not be losing their peace of mind and stick to their guns and deliver. And no need to hit lusty shots. No need to go for boundary in every over. Just milk the bowling and try and get as much as they can from singles and doubles. That's what my thoughts are.
Wow, wow, wow. It's amazing. Need to milk the bowling. Let's see we can do that.
Already,
Thanks a lot.
all eyes there. Let's go back to Ahmedabad once again. Thank you so much, viewers.
Pleasure.
Indranil Babu there for you, the man who knows it all and the man who breaks down the whole jargons of cricket only for you. Thank you, Dada. It's a
Thank you.
pleasure. We'll
Pleasure.
be back when the second innings end, hopefully when India wins, and then we will celebrate.